News Eye on Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
Bayer not backing down. Another $1 billion on the table to settle Roundup lawsuits. So what's their end game? We have the latest next. Plus, it's the #1 calf killer, and it can take hold before you even know it's there. We're talking bovine respiratory disease with K-State's Dr. AJ Tarpoff, the warning signs of prevention and how to stop it before it spreads. Good evening and welcome into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. Thanks so much for joining us. On July 5th, McPherson Middle School counselor and longtime Newton Saddle Club member Kim Krase died after a long battle with cancer. Last weekend, the Saddle Club paid tribute to her during their first annual rodeo without her. Rachel Hallam has a story.
It is tonight we remember one of our fallen friends.
It felt like it all really hit home in that moment.
The Newton Saddle Club lost a very dear friend just a few weeks ago. Her name was Kim Krase.
McPherson Middle School counselor and beloved Newton Saddle Club member Kim Krase passed away after her long battle with cancer.
It was hard to wrap my mind around. We were having this weekend for the first time that I can remember without Kim here beside us.
And so it's here at the Newton Saddle Club Arena, almost a month after she died, where Kim continues to be honored by her rodeo family.
That you take on. We'd like to take a moment for a tradition that we call the empty saddle.
Hundreds of friends, family, and rodeo enthusiasts standing together for Kim.
I think the coolest thing, I did get a chance to look around and everyone stood up, took their hats off, and it was just really cool to see that moment where everyone just having this moment for Kim and just honoring her to the best that we possibly could.
Making sure she knows she leaves behind a legacy.
My entire goal was to just make her proud with everything that we could do.
Once again tonight, Kim, we are thinking of you.
In Newton, Rachel Hallam, News.
Bayer is adding another $1.37 billion to its glyphosate litigation fund, pushing the total payout to over $10 billion. The move comes after a legal setback in Missouri and as part of Bayer's plan to wrap up all Roundup-related lawsuits by the end of 2026. And so far, 192,000 claims have been filed, with fewer than 61,000 still unresolved. Bayer says its crop science division remains strong, with Q2 sales up 2.2%. The Kansas Beef Council is making the grade in classrooms across the state. More than 19,000 students and 147 schools took part in the Kansas Beef Council's Beef Certificate program this past year, learning to cook with beef while exploring its nutrition and production. Now, the Kansas Beef Council also rolled out science-based beef sustainability readers and supported school food service pros with recipes and resources. It's all part of their effort to build trust in beef by educating the next generation of informed consumers right where it starts, in the classroom. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services says funds will go out next month to assist rural hospitals affected by cuts in the One Big Beautiful Bill. The new legislation includes tax cuts and increased spending on border security, paid for in part by the $1 trillion cut to Medicaid. After some GOP senators expressed concerns over how those cuts would affect rural hospitals, the CMS now says it will allocate $50 billion. The states will soon be able to start applying for that money. The Senate Democrats are pushing for the agency to share details on how the funds will be distributed among states. And nearly 24 people in Florida have gotten sick from tainted raw milk. The state's health department didn't name the milk producer, but does say the milk all came from the same farm. So far, 7 patients have been hospitalized. Raw milk is unpasteurized, which means it hasn't been treated to kill harmful bacteria. Florida allows farms to sell it as long as it's labeled as pet or animal food. Coming up on Eye on Agriculture, how President Trump's tariff fight is playing on the American dairy farm and at a border town bar.